Okay, so here's what we got so far. So we got the Mega Live transducer. I've got it on like a, I think this is like a 3/4 or 1/2 inch aluminum pipe. And then what we did is made this sliding neck here. And what I've done is I put some slits into it and then put O-rings to give it a little bit of friction. And we've got a locking collar here so that this can slide all the way down there and stop. And then we've got a locking collar all the way at the top. And we've got a Delrin ring in here. And then we've welded up a handle with a knob that we can unscrew. So if I need to, I can pull everything off. As of right now, how I mount this on the boat, which I'll show you guys here, is I use a full B rod holder with an extension. I come over, this pipe right here slips into that. That'll work. Snap that in there, and I'll lock that into place. So as of right now, that's how I have this locked, and then I can slide this down and turn the transducer from up here, right? So essentially what I need to figure out is there's just too much play in this arm right here. When I'm trolling, I get too much of an angle. So I need to come up with some kind of aluminum arm that will come out and hold pretty close to the boat. So what I'm thinking is I might weld, I don't know, a little piece on here where I can put 2 bars and then back to the mount here so I can still use the rail. So I'm gonna get this all taken apart, and then we'll take it down to the shop and we'll see what we can come up with. What's up, guys? All right, we're in the shop here. So I got my aluminum bar covered in snow. And I'm gonna cut 10-inch pieces of it. Alright, so these will be my 2 arms. I need to cut the piece that I'm going to weld to the clip, or the fold. Alright, so essentially these will be the arms. This piece will be welded to the rod, and then I'll have this gap up here for the part that will go into the rail system. So we'll need to drill some holes and we'll kind of go from there. Sorry guys, I forgot to show you the setup, but anyways, we got the 2 bars clamped in there. And we're doing some drilling right now. Once I get this side drilled out completely and drill this side, I will show you what it looks like. All right, guys. So got sidetracked there. Sorry. I had to finish this project another day. So, anyways, while I was there, I got that welded. That piece that we drilled out welded to our pipe, and then got these both drilled out. I also stopped by the store and was able to pick up the hardware that I think we're going to need to put this all together. And then I also took one of the Fulby insert pieces and ground off all the pieces there and took it down and smoothed this side out a little bit. That way it can all connect into this. So I'm gonna get that put together. What I do need to figure out is I've got these plastic pieces. I'm gonna figure out how to put them somehow underneath these bars and connect it some way. That way when the bar is all the way down on the gunnel there, this block will allow it to rest on the gunnel, give it more support, and be, you know, level. So I'll figure that out and I'll kind of show you guys what I come up with. All right, so I kind of just did a mock-up of what I got here. So using one of these, I think it's off of Scotty, I put a 2-inch stainless steel bolt in there. I then put a nylon washer on either side, and then on this side I just did a stainless steel washer with a lock nut and then a wing nut. That way I can really crank it down on both sides. And same thing on this side, another 2-inch. I did another nylon, and then stainless steel. So when it goes in, it'll, you know, essentially be like that. Crank these down. So that'll be in the boat. This will hang over the side of the boat. We'll have the gunnel that goes right in here. So essentially what I'm thinking is I'm going to mount this white plastic piece somewhere in here on the bottom, so that'll rest level. And how I think I'm going to do it is I got this smaller chunk. I'm going to have that smaller chunk screwed down into the bottom piece and then do a bolt through here that holds it. Doesn't need to be super sturdy, just essentially needs to be something to rest on. So I think that's what we're going to do. So I'll get these drilled out and then we'll do like a test fit. All right. Alright, now I've got the block where I want it. We're going to center this block up in there, and then we'll drill down and make it permanent. Okay, we got that marked out where we're going to have our 2 holes that go down into the block, and then we'll send one that goes through to hold the block. Alright, so I'm going to get this set up in the drill press and then we'll drill these out. So we got a, oh, what was that? A 3/32 bit in there. I'm going to put these stainless in there to hold that block down, so we'll just drill those down first. It's about deep as I needed it. And what we're going to probably end up doing is just sink this first one in there, so the other one will be lined up. That looks like that's going to be plenty enough to bite. I'm going to countersink the top of that so that this screw head will sit flush in there. So I'll be right back. All right, so I'm just going to take a bigger drill bit and just by hand here kind of carve out the top of that plastic a little bit. Probably don't need much, but I don't know if you can see that. That should be all we need. Set that down there. We should be able to screw that right in. Okay, found the drill. Make sure that's lining up with that hole. There it goes. All right. There we go. Got the first one sunk in. Get the next side drilled out. Okay. Do the same thing. We're going to take that drill bit, just shave the top off. There we go. Looks about the same. Let's sink the second screw here. Okay, so we got both the screws in there. Actually, we should be able to take that off now. This block should come out. So essentially that's what we got. And then we're gonna go pass one through here to hold into the bar here so it doesn't fall off. But okay. You can see what we're working with here. So we got that into like your rod holder mount. Then it comes over to your bar. And then now this piece of plastic underneath can rest right on the gunnel. And then here's your arm that the live imaging pole will go through. So I am going to send no instructions. I like that. I'm going to send now a screw through the aluminum here and through this block so that it can't fall out. So we'll work on that. Okay, so this is what I came up with. So I got the block right here, and I have this. So it's aluminum post and screw. So essentially we'll send this whole post through, and then I'll just screw it on the other side with a little bit of Loctite. Again, this doesn't need to be tight, and it's just there to really hold the block from falling out. So we'll get this mocked up in the press there and then get it drilled out. Looks like a 13/64. Perfect. That should split right between those two screws. Yeah, that's what I was worried about. So we're gonna have to Lock this up a little bit. Drop that down. A little bit of vise. Say what's up, Mario. Mario checking in, you know. I'll get this drilled out here and I'll show you guys what's up in a second. Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that. Alright, I finished drilling this hole here. Okay, so now we have that hole drilled all the way through. We'll put that little locking aluminum pin in there. Let's see if I can't clean up some of the burrs a little bit here. I'm thinking, well, this will just, yep, slide right in like that. We'll throw a little, I think, blue Loctite on this side, and it'll just screw right into that. And I'll show you what we're left through with here. Actually, a little blue Loctite right up here. Bigger flathead. Service. Sorry, in this video my phone was acting up, so now I'm on the GoPro. We'll finish this up. I'll show you what I've done, and we'll go from there. Okay, so here's it. It's all finished up. So what I've done is I've made these bars mount to a full beam mount here, and I put a pin through, and then on the other side I've kind of notched it out, put an O-ring so that this can't come out. That follows these bars and connects to this tube, which you saw me make. And then we have the inner tube that goes through. I have a locking collar here with a piece of plastic like Delrin right there, and then goes down to the transducer down there. This is the block we made. What I ended up doing is just cutting a smaller block, screwing it down into this block, and then putting a pin through it so that it's stationary. And then on this end here, see if you guys can see that, I've put a aluminum rod there with a rubber stop. So I'll show you kind of how this will function when I'm out on the water. Alright, so when I'm out on the water, I can loosen this knob right here, or tighten this, and that'll give me some more friction. It's a nylon bolt in there. But I loosen that, I pull this all the way up, fold this down, fold this, I grab this locking piece right here, and this goes around. And now it's stationary, it's not going to move while I'm driving from spot to spot. And then when I get to the next spot, you just pop that. This transducer goes down, flips down like that, and all the way down. So all in all, it works really well. We took it out on our last walleye trip. So yeah, pretty exciting. I'm pretty excited about it. I did notch this out, put the O-rings in, so that does give the bar a little bit more friction, so it's not just you know, spinning inside that pipe there. But yeah, ended up being great. Thanks.